नाम श्रेष्ठं मनोपि सचिपुत्रमत्र स्वरूपं रूपं तस्याग्रजमुपुरी माथुरीं गोष्ठवाटीं राधाकुण्डं गिरिवरमहो राधिका माधवासां प्रापोजस्य प्रथितकृपया श्रीगुरुं तं नतोऽस्मि। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवैभव पुरी गोस्वामी नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वतीति नामिने। नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगवराय ते आजानुलम्बितभुजौ कनकावदातौ संकीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायताख्यौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ जुगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ हेलोधुलितखेदया विशदया प्रोन्नीलदामोदया साम्यशास्त्रविवादया रसदया चितार्पितोन्माद शश्वद्भक्तिविनोदया समदया माधुर्यमर्यादया श्रीचैतन्यदया निधे तव दया भूयात् दमन्दोदया। तस्या अपार रससार विलासमूर्ते रानन्दकन्द परमाद्भुत सौख्यलक्ष्म्यः ब्रह्मादिदुर्गमगतिर्वृषभानुजायाः कैङ्कर्यमेव मम जन्मनि जन्मनि स्यात्। तवैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय राधे त्वं नय मां शरणान्तिकम्। अंगश्यामलिमच्छटाभिरभितो मन्दीकृतेन्दीवरं जाड्यं जागुडरोचिषां विदधतं पटाम्बरस्य श्रिया। वृन्दारण्यनिवासिनं हृदि लसत् दामाभिरामोदरम् राधास्कन्धनिवेशितोज्ज्वलभुजं ध्यायेम दामोदरम् भक्त्या विहीना अपराधलक्ष्यै क्षिप्ताश्च कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयी त्वां शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नुमस्ते चरणारविन्दम् जं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरोभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् तमादिदेवं करुणानिधानं तमालवर्णं सुहितातारम् अपार संसार समुद्रसेतुं भजामहे भागवत स्वरूपम् वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्रीजीवपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ आददान तृणं दन्तै हृदं जाचे पुनः पुनः श्रीमद्रूप पदाम्भोज धूलिश्याम जन्म जन्मनि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। First of all, I offer my innumerable sashtang dandavas unto the lotus feet of my Śrīpād Padma Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupād Paramahansa Ashtottara Sata Sri Śrīmād Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Mahārāj and pray his causeless mercy. Then I offer my innumerable sashtang dandavas unto the lotus feet of His Divine Grace Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupād Ashtottara Sata Sri Śrīmād Bhakti Vajana-rahasya Swami Mahārāj, then to His Divine Grace Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupād Ashtottara Sata Sri Śrīmād Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Mahārāj, then to His Divine Grace Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupād A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Mahārāj, then to all Guru Vargas, Guru Parampara and pray their causeless mercy. Then I offer my innumerable sashtang dandavas unto the lotus feet of present Acharya President of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mission, His Divine Grace Parivrajaka Acharya Ashtottara Sata Sri Śrīmād Bhakti Vichar Vishnu Goswami Mahārāj, then to all present sannyasis, brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, Namis, God brothers, God sisters, ladies and gentlemen, and pray the causeless mercy of all. We are very fortunate to have the opportunity once again after 1 year to release the sweetness of Bhajana-rahasya, and that is also to initiate in the presence and blessing and guidance of our beloved President, His Divine Grace, Parivadagacharya Ashtottara Satta Sri Śrīpād Bhakti Svarūp Śrīdhara Mahārāj. Because in this Kartik, if we have no blessings of Vaishnavas, then our Kartika Vrata is useless. We cannot get the highest benefit. But whoever is coming in Kartik to Vrindavan, he will get fruits. But we should be told that there are two kinds of fruit, which is external, second is internal. Internal fruit cannot be obtained without blessings of Vaishnavas and Guru. So we had no opportunity to have the association of Maharaj in Brajamandala Parikrama, but we have the opportunity now by his blessing, causeless blessing, came to initiate at least the Bhajana-rahasya. Why Sanatana Goswami telling what should be the foremost duty of Kartika Vrata to attain 100% profit, high. He told, because you see now Vrindavan is full of people, full of crowd. Even it is very difficult to walk in the lane. Full of rickshaw, full of vehicle, full of people walking. And evening time if you go especially, difficult to walk also. But don't think all will get same result. Result will be different. Because heart is different. So all cannot get same result, although Vrindavan looking full of people. But result will be different according to the qualification. Who will get the highest benefit? Sanatana Goswami telling, who will properly utilize the Kartika month. What is the proper utilization of Kartika month? Although Sanatana Goswami told about the glories of Kartika month, many scriptures explain it, many things, especially Padma Purana and Skanda Purana, etc. But Sanatana was telling, all are difficult to practice. That's why I am compiling Hari Bhakti Vilas and putting essence of all scriptures which they are in Kartika month to practice. Sanatana Goswami told all scriptures instruction difficult to follow and people will be confused. So, because there are so many different grades of people, so scripture also explains the fruit of different grades people. Some are material desire, benefit, celestial planet, etc. And all these we don't need, Sanatana Goswami told. So, what are necessary to benefit as properly, he explained in Hari Bhakti Vilas only. So, Hari Bhakti Vilas is the only bona fide scripture for Vaishnavas to follow Vaishnava etiquette. If we follow Hari Bhakti Vilas, that is sufficient for Vaishnava. That's why Mahaprabhu's instruction to Sanatana Goswami to compile Hari Bhakti Vilas, what for? For Vaishnava Sadachar. What should be the etiquette of Vaishnavas? So, etiquette of Vaishnavas, already Sanatana Goswami complained Hari Bhakti Vilas. So, if we follow Hari Bhakti Vilas, that is sufficient. No need to follow all karma kandas. But nowadays we are looking, so many devotees are being confused and following so many karma kandi etiquettes also, which we don't need. It is waste of time and it will devotion. It is waste of time and contaminate our devotion. So only Hari Bhakti Vilas is sufficient for Vaishnavas. And even what told in Sanatana Goswami Hari Bhakti, that is also difficult for us. If I read that, explain, all will feel hopeless. So I am not telling also. I am presenting essence of Sanatana Goswami. Why? Sanatana Goswami also presented so many things which we are not following. And when we see we are not doing, then we will feel guilty. So if I present, you will become hopeless, and that is I am not presenting. That I am telling what is the most prominent thing he told, which will give 100% result. Although we are skipping other limbs, but no harm at all. If we follow the prominent, like among 64 limbs of devotion, if we have ability, if we have qualification and capability, we can follow 64 limbs altogether, no problem. But nowadays in Kali Yuga, very rare to find one devotee who is practicing 64 limbs of devotion. Because we were in Kali Yuga, Ambarisha Maharaj was only one who was able to practice more than one. Even he was also not looking 60 limbs altogether. Not easy. But who has ability, he can practice. How many? More than one, no problem. But still, if we are unable to practice all, at least one is sufficient, which will fulfill all desires, which will include all fruits. That is especially in Kali Yuga, Harinam Sankirtan. But if we skip Harinam Sankirtan, we skip Harikatha, other limbs cannot give you sufficient and proper result in Kali Yuga. Why? That is why our Jiva Goswami told after compiling Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami clarified. All the Rupa Goswami told in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu to follow 64 limbs of devotion. And it is bona fide. It is collected from different scriptures. So no harm at all if one is able to practice. But still, we should be careful in which yuga we are. He told, Jadyapi kalau anya bhakti kartabhya tadapi santanakya bhakti sanjoganayo. So whatever you do in Kali Yuga, any limb of devotion, that should be added with Harinam Sankirtan. If no Harinam Sankirtan, everything become fruitless, not proper result. Like our Bhakti Saraswati Prabhupada telling, without Harinam, service karmangarat antarbhukta. Harinam rahita seva karmangarat antarbhukta. So, if we are doing so much service, but at least some Harinam necessary. If no Harinam at all, it cannot be Bhakti. Harinam should follow. Because Harinam is Angi, others are. We should not neglect Angi. Harinam Harikatha. So here, Kirtan. Kirtan means don't think only Harinam. Many devotees we are misunderstanding. Kirtan means only Harinam Kirtan. No. Kirtan means Harikatha also. Why? When Rupa Goswami explaining in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the acharyas of prominent 9 limbs of devotion, then he told at the beginning, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Bandhanam Dasyam Sakhyamatma Nivedanam. When he is explaining this verse, then Rupa Goswami told that 9 acharyas for 9 limbs of devotion which are presented and explained by Prahlada Maharaj, who is Mahajan. So he presented which Mahajan is acharya for which limb. He told Parikita Abhavat Shravane. The Shravana acharya is Parikita Maharaj. Parikita Maharaj did not follow all. He followed only strictly with his sincerity, listening. But he got perfection. And Vyasaki Kirtane. Vyasaki means Vyasasya Apatyapuman Vyasaki. Means Vyasadev's son is Sukadeva Goswami. Vyasaki Abhavat Kirtan. So here Rupa Goswami telling Sukadeva Goswami did Kirtan and he is Kirtan Acharya. And we are always remembering till now from our Guru Vargas, Vaishnavas, every day listening that Namacharya. Sankirtan Acharya is Namacharya Haridas Thakur. But here Rupa Goswami telling Kirtan Acharya is Sukadeva Goswami. And Sukadeva Goswami did not do anything. He spoke only Harikatha. Harisaranam eva jesa mukhe vacha. Only he was Harisaranam, and there were 4 brothers. So they had no opportunity to stop Harikatha. That is why Kala has no prabhav, no influence to him, to Sukadeva Goswami. And so he is always looking young. And Chatusana also always looking young. Why? Because they are engaging 24 hours a day only in Harikatha, Harikirtan. So material talking not influencing. So influence of Kala is not influencing them, so they are not becoming old. So if we can also observe and follow like them, our body will not also change. It is possible. But we are in Kali Yuga, we are not like them, so we are unable to follow them. We cannot. Our body is different body. But if we have ability, we can also do that. Rakasa Goswami, he was only drinking some buttermilk. He was not eating at all anything. But he was able to practice minimum 22 hours a day. 22 hours a day. We are eating thrice a day, breakfast, lunch and dinner, but still few hours difficult. Why? Our prarabdha is not good. We have no good sanskaras. So, this body is our prarabdha, previous sanskar. So, it is not letting. So, our Bhaktivinoda Thakur told, Nija karma dose edeho hoila bhajanara pratibandha. Due to our karma dos, faults in our karma, previous activities in previous life, this became unfavorable for our bhajan. So, now we can rectify this. So that we will have good body by which we can practice bhajan like them. We should not think that it is impossible at all. No, it is difficult, it is told, not impossible. We have to promote our body like them. It is not impossible. Nowhere scripture it is told impossible. It is possible but difficult. So that is why they taught us how to attain that. So the only qualification we have to follow, Mahajanajana Gata Sapantha, which our previous Mahajanas, Acharyas, they practiced, and how they taught us to teach. If we follow, then automatic qualification will come. But in one condition, without any offenses. So it is possible, not impossible. But we are unable to practice. So we should not neglect to Angi. And here Sukadeva Goswami is Kirtan Acharya, and he did not do any Kirtan, Sankirtan like we are doing. He was only Harikatha, Śrīmād Bhagavatam to Parikita Mahārāj, and he became Acharya. So here Harikatha means our Bhakti Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada also told, Harikatha, Harinam, same. There is no difference between Harinam and Harikatha. There is no difference between Krishna and his name. There is no difference between Krishna and his glories or Katha. So, if these two limbs, Harinam and Harikatha, if we are continuing, then they are Angis. Then we will have no problem. So, here, Jiva Goswami also telling, we should practice always with addition of Harinam Sankirtan or Harikatha. Then if we skip other limbs, then it is no big problem. So our Sanatana Goswami telling how to attain certain result, how we should utilize our time in Kartika month. We should know. We should not think that however we will utilize in our Kartika month our time, then we will be qualified to attain all fruits. No. We should follow what our Acharyas Goswamis they instructed us. They told, especially Sanatana Goswami told, Dinang tu Harikathaya Vaishnavanang cha Sangamahi. We should spend our time mostly by Harikatha and Vaishnavanang cha Sangamahi, by the association of Vaishnavas. If these two limbs we are not doing, only running here and there, fruit will not be sufficient. Not you may not take rest whole day. You may have more labor, so that you have no rest at all. Whole day body is working, but still fruit will be less. Unless you do these two. Because Sanatana Goswami, I am presenting the essence of Sanatana Goswami. What Sanatana Goswami spoke, many things. What scripture he collected the essence. And in that essence also, in 2 chapters, what Sanatana Goswami spoke, I am presenting only one verse. That is most important. If we don't follow, then problem. But if we follow, if we skip other limbs also no big problem. What are the most important? That is, Dinang tu Harikathaya Nayat. Our day should be utilized, or we should spend our time whole day by Harikatha, means by listening the Harikatha. That is so Vaishnavananta Sangamai, in the association of Vaishnavas, not everywhere. Because there are so many Harikathas going on. We should not listen the Hatha where is going on by non-devotees, non-Vaishnavas. And we should avoid this. Because Sanatana Goswami clearly writing Vaishnavāngnāṁ Sangamai. We should associate with Vaishnavas only, no non-Vaishnava. That will waste our time, contaminate our mind. Then we go down. So these two, if we follow, then we will attain 100% result. And that is also multiplied time. In Kartik, not only percent, minimum 100 times more. More also possible. But in Kartika month, whatever you chant, whatever you listen, whatever you practice the devotion, fruits will be 100 times more, minimum. It does not mean that only 100 times, unlimited, anantyatat. Our Goswami they told, phalasya anantyat. The fruit has unlimited power. So, Damodar has no restriction in this month to give the fruit. So, we should be very, very careful. In this, many times our acharyas, our devotees, Guru Vargas, they spoke sometime due to joking, etc. Several times they also spoke, chewing their remnants, that Krishna is very miser. Krishna is very miser. Mahaprabhu is very munificent. Radharani is very munificent. But Krishna is miser. I spoke several times, our Acharyas, Guru Vargas also spoke. And many times our Narayana Goswami also told. But in Kartika month, Damodar, who is non-different from Krishna, is no more miser. So don't lose this advantage. Don't lose this advantage. If you lose the advantage of this month, no more opportunity for at least 1 year. Because Damodar month not coming several times a year. Damodar month coming once in a year, no several times, impossible. And one who loses this, no more chance. And there is no guarantee for us that we will survive and get the opportunity again to observe Kartika month here again. No guarantee. We cannot give guarantee that 1 year we will survive. Why? Shankaracharya told, Nispase naiva viswasam kadaruddha bhavishyati. We should not believe our breathing. At any moment it can be stopped. So any moment we can die. There is no guarantee for tomorrow. What to speak for next Kartik? So who is thinking this month I can do whatever I want, Kartik I will follow. It is your speculation. How could you guarantee that you will survive for next Kartik? Who gave you the guarantee? Subhasya sigram, asubhasya ganam. What we want to practice in Kartik, in this Kartik only. We should not wait for next Kartik. Because next Kartik is not in our hand. But this Kartik is at least in our hand. So don't lose opportunity. And in this Kartik, Damodar is very liberal, very open-minded, very open-hearted. Why? Not to only due to himself, but due to the addition of Kartika month and due to the munificence of Radharani. So Radharani is telling to Damodar, this month you should change reality. You are miser, my all devotees very disappointed. Yes. So now Radharani complained to Radha Damodar. Yes. Okay. See? Okay. So Radharani told, I tolerated a whole year. How miser, so many complaints coming to me about you. But this month you should not become any more miser. So you should become open-hearted, open-minded and give whatever my devotees want. Then Radha Damodar told, okay, if I have no desire also, but whenever you are telling, I have to follow. Why? Because in Vrindavan, Krishna has one problem always. He has no this problem in other places out of Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, Krishna has very big problem, which is very difficult to solve. Full of tension, Krishna almost every day. Almost every day Krishna has the biggest problem, which is difficult to solve. And to solve this, he is taking whole day. Sometimes not only day sufficient, taking day and night to solve this. That is what? If Radharani becomes angry and coming Manini mood, like that, like Maharaj told, or Vishnu Maharaj told, transcendental anger, or divine anger, or sulky mood. Many synonyms we are using, whatever you may be. But appropriate Sanskrit word is Manini, man. When Radharani becoming Manini, then Krishna has a big problem. Why? To pacify Radharani is not easy. Sometimes Krishna alone himself is feeling unqualified to pacify. And he is taking so many helps. Sometimes from helps of Sakhi, sometimes from helps of Sakha, sometimes helps of Purnamasi, Jogamaya, even sometimes Nanda Baba, Josoda, everyone. Sometimes he is taking help of all together also. Because when by one, two is impossible, taking help of many. When the problem is biggest, then he is taking whole day to take help of everyone. At last, night time or sometime end of night, he is becoming free from problem. So when Radharani telling something, Krishna is very careful. Why? If I will not agree, then become angry, then big problem. So it is better at least to say yes. If you no, then Manini became Manini, then big problem. That is why Radha Damodar told, okay, this month I will follow whatever you tell. So this month, now Radha Damodar is very open-minded and broad-minded and munificent also. So we should not become fool to take the advantage of this month. Radha Damodar will give multiplied time fruit, and which is difficult, he will give in this Kartika month. Normally in other month, Krishna does not give bhakti immediately. Except Kartika month, if you practice, even Harinam, even you listen Harikatha, even you associate devotees, no guarantee that you will get bhakti immediately. No, Ruposai denied. Ruposai denied. Jnanata sulabha mukti, bhakti jagya punyata, sayang sadhana sahasri, hari bhakti sudullava. And we are Rupanugas. We may say, he said, but we follow Ruposai and Vishwakara Thakur. But Ruposai also telling, not easy. Ruposai telling, hari bhakti sudullava. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Ruposai telling that hari bhakti is sudullava. It is not easy, very, very rare to attain. But same Rupa Goswami speaking in same scripture, in same Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that telling, Spalpamapi urukarakaha Damodara asmin Damodare mase Spalpamapi karaka. In this Kartika month, if someone practices bhakti, which is Radha Damodara Vrata, then that Damodara, that Krishna, who was not giving bhakti easily to others except Kartika month, same Krishna, who is Damodara himself, in this Kartik, Dadatyeva, Jivosai telling, Vishnu Chakra Thakur telling, they are telling, Dadatyeva. In this Kartika month, he is giving sure. Then other month, why not giving? Because apatratvat. In other month, it does not mean that Krishna is not giving bhakti at all. You should not think like this. Krishna does not give bhakti at all. It is not true. Krishna gives bhakti, but not to everyone. Yogyata sati dadatyeva. Yogyata asati na dadati. When Krishna looking by practicing, adau shraddha, tata sadhu sanga, atha bhajana kriya, tata anartha nivritti, nishtha, ruchi, asakti, bhava, prem, then giving. Yogyata sati dadatyeva. Yogyata, qualification came. Then Krishna giving. Oh, he is now my qualified devotee. So I should give bhakti to him now. So we should not tell Krishna is miser completely. No, this is wrong. We should not blaspheme to Krishna also. Who can be more munificent than Krishna? Among all incarnations, all demigods, who can give bhakti? No one. Only Krishna. No other can give bhakti. Only Krishna can give. So, which is most valuable thing? Demigods, they give material things. So that is not most important. Who can give prem, who can give bhakti, he is most important. And Krishna can give this. So, how he is miser? Who is giving valuable thing, who is donating valuable thing, how he is miser? But still, when we are comparing, then Krishna is miser. When you are comparing with Radharani, when you are comparing with Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu and his devotees, then Krishna's position is coming down. Krishna coming. When putting Krishna alone, then going up. But when all the Radharani will come, Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu, devotees will come, then Krishna will go. But when they are not present, Krishna is always top. No one can be compared with him. So, yogyata sati dadatyeva. When Krishna looking, one devotee came qualified by long time practicing. Oh, he practiced a lot, always chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Chanted a lot, several times changed the chant by turning again and again. So I should become little merciful. Because chanting, now he attends Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, etc. No, then he will see the offense or not. Everything is clear, or now he is qualified. Then I should give. But this is for except Kartik month. But if someone is unqualified, also, then in presence of Kartik, Krishna is bound to give. Krishna is giving. Why? Because in other month Krishna giving when patra, pot is there, qualification is there. But in Kartik, without pot, without qualification also Krishna will give. How? Our Acharyas, Goswamis, especially Jiva Śrīpād and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, they are telling that Krishna in Damodar month, bhakti giving very easily. How? I will give one example. There is one donor, who is giving donation, lots of donation, lots of food. Then you see there are many foods are given to people. Then so many people are going to get the food. And one beggar, when he came to know that foods are given, and he immediately went to get that food. Then that donor giving, who has a pot, so all are going in the queue. Then 1, 2, 3, all they are taking. Then now this beggar also went. When this beggar went, then that donor told, give your pot. Beggar told, I have no pot. I have no pot. Then donor told, why you did not bring? Because I had no information before, so when I came to know, I immediately came. So I have no pot. Then donor denied, then go. If you know, then go. He denied. So beggar could not get that food. But all others who were in the queue, they got the food. But who had no pot, he could not get. Then after 1 day or 2 days, same, when he came to know that some other donor who is giving the food, then he went. And now he also observed the queue. But when the other people who were taking food, they went, and now this beggar came. Then donor asked, where is your pot to take the food? Then beggar told, I have pot. Then this donor told, you did not bring pot? Then beggar told, no, I have no pot. Because I am beggar, so I have no pot also. Then this donor told, okay, no problem, don't worry. Then he ordered to his servant, you go and bring 1 pot. You go and bring 1 pot. The servant of the donor gave a new pot. And now the donor gave the food with the new pot together. So this second donor is munificent than first one. First donor was also munificent, does not mean that no munificent. If no munificence, how he is donating lots of food to public? So who is donating food, people means he is munificent, otherwise miser cannot give. But a second donor is better than first one. Why? Second donor is giving pot and food together. But first donor giving only food, no pot. So here second donor is more munificent than first one. Similarly, Krishna is munificent. There is no doubt at all. Why? Our Kaviraj Goswami told, Rasika Shekhara Krishna Parama Karuna. Ei dui hetu hai ichhar udgam. Krishna is Rasik Shekhar. No one is comparable with him. So when Rasika Shekhar, here care should be taken. Mahaprabhu is more munificent. Mahaprabhu is more munificent than all, than Krishna also. Mahaprabhu is more munificent than Krishna. But at the same time, we should not tell Mahaprabhu is Rasika Shekhar. Mahaprabhu came as Audarja Big. So Rasika Shekhar is Krishna. He can release all rasas. But we should not make, although Mahaprabhu is non-different from Krishna. He is non-different from Krishna, but don't make Mahaprabhu like Krishna, Rasika Shekhar. Then become Gauranga Nagari, which is non-bona fide Siddha, rejected by our Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada. We cannot worship Mahaprabhu like Krishna in all aspects. Then become problem. Then rasabhasa and rasa offense. Then when rasa offense and rasa aparad, then our practice will go vain. So we should be very, very careful. Why? Don't think that whatever we do, all we will get fruit, all will get bhakti. No. Svarūpa Damodara Goswami gave the proof and example how to attain the prem, how to attain the mercy of Mahaprabhu. So, if any writing, anything which was coming to Mahaprabhu to please him, all articles, all items, all writings, they were not going directly to Mahaprabhu. Why? If anything goes rasabhas and Mahaprabhu reads, he will feel unhappy, then become offense. That is why article which were going to Mahaprabhu for his pleasure, all were stopped with Svarūpa Damodara Goswami. He was checking everything, whether it is full of Siddhanta or not. If any rasabhas and offensive Siddhanta, it was rejected, it was not going to Mahaprabhu anymore. It was stopped from Svarūpa Damodara Goswami. Impossible to go to Mahaprabhu because Svarūpa Damodara Goswami knows that if some problem in rasabhas or rasa offense or rasa vaiparitya, mean the opposition of rasa, like parental love is opposition to madhurya rasa. We should not mix together. then we may think I am practicing, then become valueless. We cannot relish. Parental rasa is opposite to madhurya. We should not mix together always. So, we should have sufficient knowledge how to think deeply this. Otherwise, sadhileo, what is told, our Kaviraj Goswami told and Acharya told, Koti janma kare jadi shravanadhan, tathapi na paye Krishna charane premadhan. If we do Shravana Kirtan, which are most prominent limbs of devotion, which are most powerful limbs of devotion, which can give immediate fruit of devotion. But these two limbs will not give fruit immediately unless these two are offenseless. If we have offenses in rasa, Vaishnava, Guru, etc., then these two limbs will not give fruit immediately. It will take long time. What is that time? When they will see that we are free from offense, then fruit. Before that, no. If with offense, if we practice long time, not only long time, koti, crore lifetime, if we practice, we may have material benefits. We may have very nice body, very beautiful body. We may enjoy this material world very nicely. We may be opulent. We may have all material belongings. And we may have so many opulence till liberation. But no prem possible. And we don't want anything, we want only prem. And this we will discuss about this prem, how we need prem only, no other things. From here we will start our Bhajana-rahasya, which we stopped last year. So from we will start, today is impossible to start, I think. From tomorrow we will start, but I want to clarify only, because last year we were saying that how we should know what is the secrets of bhajan. Otherwise, why Bhakti Vinod Thakur wrote, compiled this rahasya? Because he is so merciful for us. He is very, very munificent. He was very compassionate. Because we are Baddha Jivas. We are Krishna living entities. We don't know how to do bhajan. But we are thinking this is bhajan. Impossible. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who is Vasi, who knows rasa very well, he several times warned us, bhajana kriya matram natu bhajanam. Mostly we are doing bhajana kriya, activities of bhajan, but no real bhajan. So, whenever we are practicing any limb of devotion, any physical activities of devotion is going on, then it is sure, there is no doubt, it is bhajana kriya. But not to bhajanam. There are difference in bhajana kriya and bhajan. We need bhajan, not only bhajana kriya. Because bhajana kriya may not give prem, but bhajana will give prem. And bhajan kriya will convert to bhajan when we will know Bhajana-rahasya. If we don't know Bhajana-rahasya, we cannot, our bhajana kriya will not convert to bhajan. Otherwise it will stay as a bhajana kriya, means activities of bhajan, devotional activities. For example, there is difference between devotion and devotional activities. What are devotion? What is devotion and what is devotional activities? Devotional activities means like chanting, listening. 64 limbs of devotion is called bhajana kriya. Limbs of devotion. But it does not mean that it is devotion. How? If we have offenses, together with bhajana kriya, then it will not give fruit immediately. It will take time. When we are free from offense, then we give the fruit. Similarly, if we have only activities, then with offense, then it is only bhajana kriya, no bhajan. Bhajan will start free from offenses. So, how we can do bhajan? When we will know what are the secrets of bhajan. If we don't know what are secrets of bhajan, then it become like stula tusavaghatinam. Brahma said in prayers of Brahma in 10th canto, 14th chapter in Brahma Stuti, that those devotees, those Mayavadis and Brahmavadis, they are doing hard labor. They are doing hard labor, which devotees are unable to do. That is true. What is true, that we should, truth is always truth. We should not be partial. Why? Nirapeksha na hoile dharma rakha na jaye. If we are not neutral, then he cannot take that religion. So our Kaviraj Goswami and Acharyas, they told, one who is a preacher, who is a Acharya, who is a propagator of bhakti, unless he is neutral, he is unqualified to protect. Nirapeksha, the quotation is given by Kaviraj Goswami, Nirapeksha na hoile dharma rakha na jaye. Nirapeksha means neutrality. If you are not neutral, if you have a partiality, then you are unqualified to protect the religion, to propagate pure Siddhanta. Then someone, because love is different. If we are loving someone, no problem to love. But Siddhanta is different. When we are considering Siddhanta, at that time we should be neutral. But if someone, for example, we are loving someone and he made something wrong, at that time we should tell it is wrong. We cannot hide that. Why? Because due to influence of so-called love we are hiding. But for example, there is a cloud, and cloud is coming to hide the sun. But cloud has no ability to hide the sun. Why? Cloud should know where from he came. Cloud came by the mercy of sun. Why? When sun is vaporizing water from the water reservoir, like ponds, river and ocean, then that going to sky. And now that water had to cover the sun. Impossible. He can cover our eyesight. Our eyesight can be covered, but sun cannot be covered. Because sun is so powerful that after a few moments, the cloud will disappear. Because sun is so powerful that cloud cannot hide. Similarly, truth Siddhanta is so powerful, so effulgent that cloud cannot cover. So here also, love is different. If we are loving someone, but it does not mean that we will not love. We can love. For example, 5 Pandavas, they were loving, especially Yudhishthira Mahārāj and Arjuna. They were loving to Dronacharya. They were loving to Pitama Bhishma. They were loving or not? Duryodhana had no love. Duryodhana had no love towards Dronacharya and Bhishma Pitama like Pandavas. So, Pandavas, they were loving, full of love towards Dronacharya and Bhishma Pitama. But when same Bhishma Pitama and Dronacharya came to fight at the battlefield of Kurukshetra, they forget about love. They forget that Arjuna took the arrow and bow to fight. And at last Arjuna was bound to put Dronacharya to sleep in the bed of arrows. Then where is that love? Love is inside heart. But now, why? Because this love was okay as long as he was not he was not in partial. Now, Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya is partial to Duryodhana. So here Arjuna and 5 Pandavas, they know that we have love to him. But now here Siddhanta is your what? Now fighting came. So when fighting coming, then you have to fight. You should not think this is my guru and he is my forefather, great grandfather, etc. Then you cannot establish a religion. If Yudhishthira Maharaj, Arjuna, they would stop fighting. They would not fight with Dronacharya and Pitama Bhishma. It was impossible to establish religion. Arjuna and Yudhishthira and 5 Pandavas, they to love internally in the heart only, but externally they have to stand against his guru Dronacharya and Pitama, great grandfather Pitama Bhishma. This is the neutral. They did not become partial there. So wherever something wrong, we should say this is wrong. When there is right, it is right. Then only Lord will establish the Siddhanta by him. Otherwise impossible. When, for example, when Arjuna told, oh, he is my Pitama Bhishma, he is my Gurudev Dronacharya, he is my brother, that is Duryodhana, and all his 100 brothers are my brothers. So I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Better I can become beggar. I want to go to forest, but I don't want to fight. Then Krishna did not glorify Arjuna's this quality. When he was very attached, oh, this he is my guru and my relative, my brothers, etc. So how I will fight, how I will kill. So it is better to beg and go to forest. No, not to fight. Then Krishna told, this is your quality is not good. You are like a coward, kayar, and pure, means like no gender. So in this way, Krishna used so many words. Means you are not even, when Arjuna told like this, then Krishna did not glorify. Krishna told, you are a bhiru, means you are a coward, and you are like no gender, klivalinga. Klivalinga means neutral gender. Did not glorify, oh Arjuna, but go to forest. No, you have to take the proper side. You have to take proper side. You have to take proper side. That is which is right side you have to take. Right is always right. Something wrong, you reject that side, no problem. But right. Then when Krishna told, then Arjuna changed from there to that side, Krishna side. Then told, Karpanyan doso pahasvabhava prutsamitam dharma samudacheta jashreyasya nishchita bruhitanme sishyasteyam sadhimam tam prapanam. Then Krishna started speaking. And then became powerful Arjuna. Before power was very fearful. But when he took the proper side and he accepted the proper Siddhanta, then all blessing of Krishna came. Then Arjuna became so powerful that when he was pulling the string, whole Mahabharata fighting warriors, they were thrilling. Bhishma was immortal. Dronacharya was immortal. Sakuni was, Krupacharya was immortal. Ashwathama was immortal. No one was there to kill. No Arjuna was able to kill them. But all they were killed. Why? Due to partiality of non-bona fide party, who is or Duryodhana. So we should become neutral, but we should not take the partiality to non-religious party, not non-bona fide. Like Duryodhana is non-bona fide. He is a demonic nature. So they took side of Duryodhana, then all power of immortality, all good qualities, everything destroyed by Krishna. They could not exist themselves. What to speak to establish a religion? That's why established through 5 Pandavas. So here also we should know the Siddhanta. Without knowing Siddhanta, we have no ability to go to render service the lotus feet of Radha Krishna. We should not think that by our speculation, immediately we will enter in Radha Krishna. Impossible. Impossible. We may speculate, but at the gate we will be blocked. We will be prohibited. Why? How Svarūpa Damodara Goswami was prohibiting. Whenever any learned scholar, like Vallabhacharya, who was the greatest scholar that time, to whom Rupa Goswami himself was respecting. Vallabhacharya at that time was very highest scholar, to whom Rupa Goswami was respecting as a guru. But still, when he compiled one article about Krishna, and he went to Jagannath Puri, and he wanted to give direct to Prabhu, because thinking that Mahaprabhu is very happy when he is listening about Krishna. And he was proud of his article that I wrote, very nice article about Krishna. And when Mahaprabhu read, he will be very happy. So, he will glorify me. But when he arrived in Jagannath Puri, he arrived in that place where Svarūpa Damodara Goswami was present. Then Svarūpa Damodara Goswami asked, what do you want? Then he showed his article. And I want to show to Mahaprabhu. Then Svarūpa Damodara Goswami told, yes, very good, no problem. But let me see what you have written. Then he checked. Although Vallabhacharya was telling that, oh, this is very nice article because full of Krishna's pastime. Only full of Krishna's pastime. So Mahaprabhu was speaking always about Krishna and brother pastime. So he saw there was a rasa abhas and rasa offenses. And Svarūpa Damodara Goswami will not let it to forward. Why? Whenever Mahaprabhu sees rasa abhas or rasa aparad, rasa offense, then Mahaprabhu unhappy. So Svarūpa Damodara Goswami's foremost duty is not to make Mahaprabhu unhappy. So Vallabhacharya's article was rejected in the entrance of Svarūpa Damodara Goswami. So like that, any other many articles they wrote, but which bona fide they were going to Mahaprabhu. Similarly, whatever we are doing, all our bhaktis, we should know that whatever we are doing, all will not make us qualified. Everything will be checked by our Guru Vargas, Acharyas, Goswamis. And if we cross all these, then it will be Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami will check again. Rupa Goswami will check in two form. One is Rupa Goswami form, second is Rupa Manjari form. So if in Rupa Goswami form it is okay, then we will allow to go to Mahaprabhu with under guidance of Svarūpa Damodara Goswami. Then it will go to Svarūpa Damodara Goswami. Then get Mahaprabhu's service in the Audarja Prakoshta of Golok Vrindavan. But when it will go to Rupa Manjari after approval of Guru Vargas, Acharyas, then Rupa Goswami will check. If you then go to Lalita Sakhi's approval. If Rupa Goswami reject, then it will not forward anymore to Lalita Sakhi. Then we have to again improve our qualification. So we should not think that whatever we do, everything will go direct to Radha Krishna. Impossible. We are not looking but several gates, several entrances. Otherwise, why it is told? Brahma, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, they are unqualified to all these. Not easy. Tasya apara rasasara vilasa murte rananda kamparama dhuta saukhya lakshma brahmandi durgamangati madhus brahmandi durgamangati vrusabhanujaya brahmandi durgama. It is very, very difficult to enter. Durgam means difficult to go for Brahma. What to speak this Baddha Jivas? Vrusabhanujaya, to enter Radharani's grove. Brahma very, very difficult. Not impossible, when sometime Radharani Krishna giving permission going, but not permanently. So it is told Durgama, means difficult to go, not told impossible to go. So for Brahma, who is the first living being of this universe, who is the first Guru of our Sampradaya, for him it is difficult how it is to go to everyone. For whom become very easy, whose qualification is completely 100% bona fide, perfect, then only possible to go. That is why nowadays also very, very difficult to understand the bona fide Siddhanta, then due to due to this improvement of Facebook, YouTube or WhatsApp, etc. So this may confuse us, and so many, because they are posting everything, whatever they want, no restriction. If you think something, speculation, put. And you will have so many liking also. Everything has so many liking. You does not mean whatever you do, everybody will dislike. No. Everyone has some customer. In Kali, everything has some customer. No zero customer. So many will like also. But we will be influenced by this, then we may get that one, which will qualify for that only. But if we want that transcendental loving service of Radha Krishna, that is also in Nikunja, that is also Nivruta Nikunja, and that is also in Audarja Prakosta of Mahaprabhu, then it is impossible by looking everything which is posted in Facebook, which is pasted in WhatsApp or Google or YouTube, etc. Everything cannot give. Only among which are bona fide, which after going to the approval of our Guru Vargas, Acharyas, 6 Goswamis, then specially Rupa Goswami, if Rupa Goswami forwarded, then almost qualification came. Because after Rupa Goswami, very difficult to reject. But still, when Rupa Goswami rejected, then also we have to again come back. Again we have to do again sadhana. Again take birth. Again do sadhana. Make purified. Again more qualified. So that Rupa Goswami tell, yes, you can go. Then Lalita Sakhi. After Lalita Sakhi, very, very rare, we rejected. But still rejection is possible, unless we attain all. Because Lalita Sakhi in the form of Svarūpa Damodara Goswami rejected many. Rejected many highly qualified. What to speak ourselves. So we should be very, very careful if we want to be free access in all entrance till Lalita Sakhi. Because when Lalita Sakhi is approving, it is quite guaranteed that Radha Krishna will not reject. Almost no rejection. Why? Radha Krishna has no time to think more. Already they have given the qualification to reject to whom or not. Because when Radha Krishna they are telling Lalita Sakhi, someone is approved by Lalita Sakhi, then Radha Krishna will think, already I think everything is checked. Then no more checking anymore. So in Lalita Astaka it is told also. In Lalita Astaka, when some devotee, especially female devotee, if roaming in Brajamandal, in Lalita Astaka it is told in one verse, if any devotee, especially female devotee, roaming in Brajamandal, and by good fortune came in the glance of Lalita Sakhi, and if she sees, because when we will be rejected, we should know. We should not think that after approval of Rupa Goswami, Lalita will not reject. Chance of rejection. How? If Lalita Sakhi will see, oh, this Sakhi or this Dasi, this maid servant is favorable to Radha. Oh, glorifying to Radharani and very favorable to Radharani. And when Lalita Sakhi listening this, then Lalita Sakhi's merciful glance will go more. Lalita Sakhi will be attracted. And then very difficult to be rejected. But when at that time, if Lalita Sakhi listens Chandravali, 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 or Padma, Sabya, or any other which are unfavorable to Radharani's group, then complete reject. Completely, not only partially. Complete reject, then you have to go different. Different group, no Radha Krishna's group. So this is the very, very important qualification, which is not common. So we should not think that whatever we do, everything will come. No, no. To go without any obstacle, without any stoppage, because when we are going to Prime Minister or Rashtrapati or President to go, we should have special pass. Special pass. If we have that special pass, then all security guard, all the gate, when they see, okay. But if no special pass, then there is chance of rejection in different. So that special pass should be with us. Then which entrance you go, everything will be opened. So that special pass we should have. That will be only with bona fide Siddhanta. If some non-bona fide Siddhanta touch us, then a last entrance will be rejected. So be careful. So, we may not have any things of this material, no problem. If we are not getting so many money, no problem. We should not be disappointed. We should not be worried. And we should not be sorrowful mood. Because we no need this. So if no money, no problem. If no more building, no problem. If no more material sense gratification, no problem. If no more follower, also no problem. If no more supporter, also no problem. Because this we don't need. This will increase only name and fame. And it can entangle you from bhakti. Because labha puja pratishtha will bind you and in the form of pratishtha in this material world. So, if these are coming by the blessings of Lord, He want to give, let it come. But we should not be attracted for that. But we should desire what is that? Proper Siddhanta and Prem only. Why? Our Bhaktivinoda Thakur told in Bhajana-rahasya, Premadhana bina vyartha daridra jivan. Dasakari betamore deo premadhan. Means, oh my Lord, Radharani or Krishna or Mahaprabhu, I am very daridra. Means very poor. Then Radharani and Krishna they are telling and Mahaprabhu telling, oh Bhaktivinoda Thakur, if you are poor, I want to make you very opulent. I want to give lots of money, everything. Do you want? Bhaktivinoda Thakur, no, I don't want anything. Then what do you want? I want only prem. I want your prem only. So, if you want to give your prem. If we get prem, then we got everything. Because prem has the power, Hari Bhakti Mahadevya Sarve Bhukti Muktya Disida Chetikavat Anubrajati. Once we bhakti, and among bhakti there are different varieties of bhakti. Different varieties like Karma Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, and Yoga Mishra Bhakti, and Sattvika Bhakti, Rajasika Bhakti, Tamasika Bhakti, so many varieties of bhakti explained in Śrīmād Bhagavatam. So, we should not think that bhakti means only one. No, so many varieties, and we don't want all these varieties. And you will find so many customers for different. There is no scarcity of members for these. Like before I told, for everything in this material world, you will find some members. No, zero member. So for Sattvika, Rajasic, for every bhakti, you will find so many devotees. But maybe so many devotees for different bhaktis, but we, Bhakti, why he wrote this Bhajana-rahasya? To tell the secrets. Unless he would write this Bhajana-rahasya, it was very difficult to get pure bhakti. So, unless we know the secrets of this bhajan, our life may take several lifetimes to get the perfection. One life is impossible. He will get the perfection in one life whose bhakti is completely pure. And that pure bhakti will be possible when pure Siddhanta. If contaminated Siddhanta, then it will be rejected by Svarūpa Damodara Goswami, Rupa Goswami, and our previous to Rupa Goswami, our Acharyas, Guru Vargas, Goswamis, they will reject. Then we have to take body again. Repractice, where we stop. Suchinang Srimatam Gehe, Yoga-bhrashta abhijayate. When we became Yoga-bhrashta, means our Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada was always warning us in his nectar of instruction that ei janmete hi bhagavat prapti karte have. We should get transcendental loving service of Lord in this lifetime only, in the one of life, not in next life. And for this we have to do sadhana accordingly. That is only in pure bhakti. If contaminated bhakti, impossible one life. We have to take several lifetimes. And that pure bhakti, then only we will have next life Siddha Deha in Brajamandal. And have the opportunity to practice with the eternal associate of Krishna and Radharani, which are Brajavasis and especially Gopis. But if our Siddha is non-bona fide, we will be rejected to go to Braja. Then how to attain? Because after getting perfection, again we need minimum one lifetime. to complete make perfection. So, to be qualified in this life, to make our qualification, we should not be influenced, should not be attracted by non-bona fide siddhantas at all. Then only it is possible. And that is only possible that is not possible if we will lose the benefit of Kartik. In other month it is impossible because Krishna sees qualification. So don't lose advantage, opportunity of this Kartik, because due to lack of qualification and understanding and knowledge given by Sanatana Goswami, sometimes we are neglecting Kartik and we are losing the valuable gem. And once we lost, then difficult to get after 1 year. We have to wait till 1 year, and we have no guarantee of lifetime that we will serve next time, next life, and next month, next year. So this Kartik does not see our qualification. But except Krishna sees qualification. If qualification, then Yogyata Sati Dadati Evo. When we have qualification, Krishna giving bhakti. But in Kartik, if we have no qualification also, Krishna giving bhakti. How? I gave that example of 2 donors. Like one donor giving food, but he is giving food who has a pot. But second donor, he is giving food and pot together. Similarly, this Kartika month, if we practice bhajan, then Krishna giving the pot also, qualification also giving, and giving that also. So this is only in Kartika month possible, in other month no. So here we should not lose this opportunity, and that is most valuable practice in this Kartika is Sanatana Goswami told, Dinang tu Harikathaya. Our mostly time of Kartik should be utilized in Harikatha. That is also Vaishnavanangcha Sangamai, that is in the association of pure Vaishnavas, whose only desire is prem, nothing more. Among Vaishnava also different categories, varieties. Which kind of Vaishnava we will associate, that injection will come. If we will associate with impure devotees, what they have, that will come. So it does not mean that will not come. According to our association, that will come. But if we associate with pure devotees who are desiring only prem, nothing more, whose foremost desire is to render service of Radha Krishna in the groves of Vrindavan and to render the service of Mahaprabhu in Audarja room of Golok Vrindavan, then this kind of devotees association will qualify us to give prem in this Kartik. Although we are unqualified, it will give qualification. So in Kartik, qualification will come and the rendering the service will come. So we should be very, very careful not to lose the golden opportunity of this Kartik. So indication came to stop. So tomorrow we will discuss where we stopped in last year, how we will attain this pure prem, which is only valuable gem. What for Mahaprabhu came? Mahaprabhu came not to give any dharma, artha, kama and moksha. Even Mahaprabhu did not come to give ordinary bhakti. Mahaprabhu only came to give pure bhakti, which is transcendental prema of Radha Krishna and Mahaprabhu simultaneously. And that is possible only by their blessing and associates blessing, and that is most helpful in this Kartika month, because Kartika month is very, very merciful. In this month, unqualified person can get qualification, so that Krishna is bound to give bhakti, and that we will discuss from tomorrow onward in details, because we will discuss the verse Nanaka Prishtam Nacha Paramestyam Na Sarvabhaumam Narasadhipatyam न जोग सिद्धिरपुनर्भवं वा samanjasatva viraha jakankhe. This is the symptom of pure bhakti. That when pure bhakti desire will come, we will have no desire to get anything. And how, what is the symptom, we will discuss from tomorrow onward, from this verse. So, we should not be influenced by public, what they want, what they are telling. But we should always pay attention to our Guru Vargas, Acharyas, what they told us. Mahajananjana Gatasanta. Whole world may unite and tell to get one thing. But we should not be influenced by them. If that is wrong, we should not, we should reject. Because Anajathandai Rupaniyamana. If a one blind man will tell, I will lead you, come, then 1,000 million blind men together they cannot help. But only qualified person who has good eyesight, he can lead properly. So the million blind together cannot help. But only one efficient eyesight who has, he can guide us properly. Similarly, whole world may be full of so many things about God, preaching, etc. But we should not be influenced. They will have so many customer and member. There is no doubt at all. But our acharyas, they did not tell to follow. Our acharyas, they told to follow what Mahaprabhu told. Whatever came, we should follow that. So, Bhakti Purvai Śrīdhara. Prior to Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami, there was bhakti. But Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami and their associates, they did not come to give same bhakti. So we should not be attracted by all kinds of bhakti. Our attraction should be only to pure prema bhakti, where there is no contamination of anything. And that how we will discuss from tomorrow in details. So if anyone will come, he can release this. It does not matter who will come or not, but our class will be continued. To whom Krishna wants, Radha Damodara want to give, they will sure come and listen and will get. It does not matter. We are not depending to any any object or person of this world to get anything or any object in this material world. Our life is only to please Radha Damodar. So for their pleasure, because if they will be pleased, we will get the service. So to please, we should try to our best to properly utilize this Kartik month. So to please only our katha will continue, not to please the public. So it does not matter who coming, and we will not wait anyone who is coming or who is not coming. But we will wait to please Radha Damodar, Radha Vrindavan Chandra. So for his pleasure, our class will be started at 11 o'clock without failing, and it will continue till Arati. So because today's class will start, it will continue. The only purpose is to please Radha Vrindavan Chandra and to Damodar and our beloved devotees of Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Radha Damodar, who are our Guru Vargas and Acharyas and Goswamis. So for their pleasure this class is going on. It does not matter, it is not to please the audience, or if audience is pleased, it is by their pleasure, okay. But for their pleasure, this class is going on. Nothing any material. So it will be continued from tomorrow onward at 11 o'clock to 12:30 or 1 o'clock. Sometime it depends upon the Arati. But starting will be 11 o'clock. So now this is the information, but today we started, but by introduction, we already crossed the time. To remind previous years, I am just reminding, and the real topic will start from tomorrow onward. So don't lose the opportunity of this proper utilizing this Damodar month. Otherwise, you have to wait till 1 year if we are surviving. And this is the special blessing of Radha Damodar, that he will give the pot and qualification and service together. Anyone can be qualified in Kartik month. Does not matter. Sanatana Goswami giving guarantee. Rupa Goswami giving guarantee. But If we lose this Kartik month, then no guarantee we will get bhakti. When we will get? No guarantee. Because Rupa Goswami is rejecting. Rupa Goswami telling, Sayang sadhana sastrai hari bhakti sudurlava. By practicing, when we will get bhakti, we don't know. Krishna will tell. So we should now remember that we should not lose this opportunity. Now we will stop here. Vansa kalatarivesya kripa sindhita patitanam pavane vaishnavyo namo namo. बोल श्री राधा दामोदर जी की जय। बोल श्री राधा दामोदर की। वृषभानंदिनी श्रीमती राधा रानी की जय। उर्जेश्वरी श्रीमती वृषभानंदिनी राधा रानी की जय। नाउ आरती विल बी